Hey, what's up, y'all? This your boy, Uncle Luke. So now let me take y'all to the beginning. Well, the beginning was like this. I was a DJ, member of the Ghetto Style Djs, DJing all across Miami. We had 2 speakers. We were running around. You thought we were the baddest thing in the world with 2 speakers. We played at parks, we played at barbecues, we played at car washes with our 2 speakers. Then we built them up to 8 speakers. We bought 8 speakers. Then we thought we was doing it. You know, after we got our 8 speakers, we ended up getting 8 more speakers. So we had 16 speakers. And then we played all over the place. I mean, we became a little more famous as we went on. Long story short, we ended up getting this teen disco called the Pac Jam teen disco. We wanted to be entrepreneurs. And that teen disco was on 54th and 12th Avenue. So we went and got the teen disco, thought we was doing it, but we were still doing big parties. You know, the parties became bigger because we got more speakers. So we ended up with about 64 speakers. We went from 2 to 64. Can you believe that? Big parties at the park, thousands of people on Sunday. Stepped the game up. We started doing dances at Carroll City Senior High. We did dances at Pac Junior High in the cafeteria. Had that bad boy jumping on Sunday nights. You know, we eventually, started playing at this teen disco, which we call the Pac Jam. That was before the Pac Jam that we purchased. And then we had to then elevate to another level. I started bringing down rappers. You know, one group in Miami called South Miami DJs with this guy named Tiny Head and Amazing Chico used to be with them. They brought down hip hop artists from New York one time, and I was like, okay, well, they're doing that down south, we gotta be doing that up north. So I started bringing down artists like Run DMC, Tila Rock, Jazzy J, Divine Sound, bringing those guys down to Miami to play at the teen disco, play at the high school dances. I wanted them to perform, and it was awesome. I mean, I'm talking about before hip hop was even in Miami. We introduced it through our DJing, which was very extraordinary. You talking about around 74, 75, 76. We somewhere around there, like 78. We started bringing them, introducing people to the music. And then we also introduced people to reggae, because, when you battle in Miami, the battling, of DJs was a lot different than what they would do in New York and everywhere else. We battled, we had to have a whole lot of speakers, and then we had to talk a lot of shit on the microphone. Unlike they would do in New York where they would scratch and mix and all that. We battled with bass bins. You had to have the deepest bass, and you had to be able to talk the most shit. That's why when you look at groups like Jam Pony and Slick Vic and all those are perfect people to describe how we DJ down here in Miami. And so I was a big time DJ in Miami, to Miami standards, and a big time concert promoter to Miami standards. We would do, we had beach parties at Virginia Key Beach. We would have 30,000 people out there, and I remember that too, man. It was, back then, girls were scared in Miami. You see girls right now, you come to South Beach and you see bikinis and thongs on people who shouldn't have no thongs on. Back then, girls were scared to actually show their body. They would have the towel here, like, hold on. Then I started doing this thing called the bikini contest. We made a runway at the beach party. The beach party there was Splashdown. I actually need to bring Splashdown back. We would do Splashdown every summer, and that was the biggest thing people would just die for. And so, combination of doing the parties, at the high schools and doing the parties at the skating rinks and all that, and then in the summer doing the big parties on the beach. That's what we did, and we brought all kind of artists down. And so, like I say, going back to the 2 Live Crew conversation, brought those guys down, and they were complaining, and I was like, look, man, I don't want to be in no music business. I'm trying to help you guys. get a deal, because at that point, I was just breaking so many new records. You know, my whole philosophy as a DJ, you're not really a DJ unless you break a record. I'm not talking about a record that's already on the radio. No, you gotta go look at the crates of all the brand new records that you get from the record companies, and you gotta go break that song. And that's what I did. And that's what we did. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and that's how I discovered Two Live Crew, and I discovered Original Concept and all kind of other different artists, Jekyll and Hyde, you name it. You know, and so we broke those records because back then the radio station wasn't really playing hip hop on the radio. You know, there was only one guy named Jimmy G on the radio. He was the only rapper. He would rap on the radio when it was closing of his show.